Tebengal to the cage.
Jim Grieshaber and Ryan Jimmo cage side here at Rage in the Cage 173. I should say the big deal, UFC star Ryan Jimmo, as we continue along with the amateur portion of our card here tonight. Jermaine Tebengal on his way to the cage out of Santan Valley, 5'6", 147 pounds, fighting out of Bambusa, making his debut here tonight. And he will be taking on the Fireball, Nolan Linebaugh from Power MMA and Fitness, your gym. These guys both weighing in at 147 pounds as we take a look there at Jermaine Tebengal.
Jim, everyone tell you you're great with the pronunciation. It's pretty good. Like, I'm impressed. You've just been nailing it here tonight, and I'm at a little bit of a loss as to your linguistic intricacies.
Linguistic intricacies. I kind of like that.
No problem. You can, if you're going to trademark that, okay, then I want a little bit of a cut.
I'm a linguist.
You are. You're a lyrical genius.
I like being a linguist. That's a great word. That's a great word. Linebaugh versus Tebengal. Rick Reyes, our ring announcer, has been with Rage in the Cage for so long. The first fight card for Nathan and Nolan Highland, as owners of Rage in the Cage, taking over this company that's been around for so long, since 1998, right here in Arizona. There have been fights in Glendale and Prescott and all over the place with Rage in the Cage, as we see Nolan Linebaugh coming out with that hood on.
And, you know,
executioner style.
Sometimes in these, like, lower bouts, like, not lower bouts, lower on the card bouts, like, we're seeing guys who don't have a lot of ring experience or cage experience. So it's interesting to see how these new guys, and I keep bringing this up, how these newer guys are going to, you know, how they're going to act and like, and how they're going to react to it.
What's that like to have guys like LaRue Burley, Ryan Bader, and Aaron Simpson walking you out to the cage? I mean, that's pretty unbelievable for a young fighter. That's one of the things I love, and it's not just at Power MMA and Fitness. You see it at the lab with Benson Henderson. We'll see it tonight with John Moraga, with Jose Palencia Jr. fighting a little bit later here this evening, and just so many big-time fighters that fight out of these local gyms who give back so much and really put a lot into these younger guys, yourself included, the workouts, the helpful, you know, tips and info, fighters staying late after practice to help the younger guys, and of course, nothing better than being in their corner, Jimmo, on fight night.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, we've all been there. We've all been at the first start part of our career, and that's what made us keep going. That's what gave us confidence. That's what brought us to the next level with these guys that helped us out, that had more experience, that they put the extra time in us. And so it's real easy to give back because you remember, and you can see it yourself in these younger fighters who are just starting out in their career.
Get set for another matchup here tonight on a great night. Rage in the Cage 173, Soapy and Timmerman, the heavyweight, super heavyweight championship matchup coming up. As our headliner tonight, I mentioned Jose Palencia Jr. I mentioned also Aaron Brown on this card, the former NFL linebacker with the Rams. You've got the Capo Joe Gelati against Kirk Washington. Got some really big fights coming your way here tonight, and there are some heels on one of the Rage babes. Ryan Jimmo loves it when they wear the heels and not the sneakers.
It's true. It just gives them a better shape and makes them walk more ladylike.
Which is apparently very important to you.
It is. It is. I think too many girls are trying to be guys nowadays, and too many guys are being wimps.
All right, let's head up to the cage to Rockin' Rick Reyes for the intros.
7 pounds, fighting out of Bambusa. He's making his debut in front of you folks this evening.
There he is.
Please welcome Jermaine Tebengal. His opponent across the cage, black trunks with white and red trim. Coming to us from Gilbert, Arizona, he is 5'7" tall, 147 pounds. Fighting out of Power MMA, he is Nolan Fireball Linebaugh. Well, beginning their instructions from Bobby.
All right, continuing on with Jermaine Tebengal and Nolan Fireball Linebaugh. Linebaugh on your left, Tebengal on your right. And we are ready to get this thing going. They both weighed in 147 pounds. They touch them up, and here they come in the center of the cage to begin round number 1.
And that was an intense stare down they had right at the first. It was like really intense. You tell these guys really want to get at one another, and good inside leg kick there to start things off.
By Tebengal as Linebaugh stalking him into that edge of the cage area. Linebaugh immediately shooting in, looking for a takedown.
Now, Linebaugh has,
I
I believe, a boxing background, so it's interesting that he went right to his wrestling and gets a takedown right here.
There he is. Linebaugh with an early takedown of Tebengal in round number 1 in the center of the cage.
Right
Plenty of room to work right now, and he mounts him. Oh, nice mount by Linebaugh. Tebengal could be in trouble early on here.
Laying down a little bit of ground and pound here.
Ground and pound.
Tebengal defending pretty well, actually, to be honest with you. So, I mean, trying to be as objective as possible here.
He's got the full mount, though.
Yep.
And now he's got his back. Look out for Tebengal here.
And a body triangle here. These are very uncomfortable, and it looks like he's starting. Oh, looks like he's starting to sink in that choke.
Looking for that rear naked from behind.
Gotta be careful with crossing his legs like this right here. There's a submission here that you can hit on lower level guys if they're not careful. There's a body triangle there. These are very uncomfortable spots to be in. And looks like that choke's getting sunk in real deep here.
Tebengal could be in big trouble. Nolan Linebaugh works himself into great position. Going for that rear naked. Now he flips him back over, takes his back, rains down a couple of big blows, rights and lefts, continuing to pound away at Jermaine Tebengal out of Santan Valley and Bambusa MMA, making his debut here tonight. Now Linebaugh trying to sink that choke back in.
And we got the legs sitting up in the air, trying to get out of this.
Look out, Tebengal is in big trouble.
Yeah, he's connecting those hands.
Big trouble as he works his way through. Linebaugh through the defense of Tebengal, and he's got it. There's the tap.
Yep.
Our winner by choke is Nolan Linebaugh. Impressive performance here tonight as he hops the fence and almost goes over head first. Aaron Simpson holds him up and stops him from face planting on the other side of the cage.
That was a really interesting choke he had there. It wasn't a traditional rear naked choke. I couldn't quite see from my angle what kind of choke it was, but obviously made the guy tap, and Nolan get the win here tonight.
Nolan fireball Linebaugh with a first round submission victory over Jermaine Tebengal. Now Linebaugh really giving thanks there in the middle of the cage and bowing to one of his coaches, LaRue Burley. Not a good ending for Jermaine Tebengal in his MMA debut, but an outstanding performance by Nolan Linebaugh, to say the least, as he picks up the victory here tonight. Let's send it into the cage for the official decision. Here is the voice of Rage in the Cage, Rockin' Rick Reyes.
Ladies and gentlemen, the official time, 1 minute 57 seconds of the very first round. Your winner by rear naked choke submission, fighting out of the blue corner, Nolan Fireball Linebaugh from Power